What up guys, it's Sing. I'm here over and I'm going to be doing a Legion Paladin tutorial with you guys. Now, the first thing you probably recognize is, well, Sing's voice sounds a lot clearer. Well, because my buddy Matt, aka Dragon Crusader, most people know him from the YouTube channel that he has, he actually got me some new headphones. So I really thank him for giving me these headphones and really looking out for your boy. So without further ado, let's proceed on with the guide. So as you see, Legion Paladin is a hybrid with a fighter-based man of a generation. A clear way to see it's a hybrid. I'm not actually full look right now, but as you see, the attack power and spell power are drastically high. But also another way, like I say in my other video, another way to see is if the base strength and base intellect are equivalent, as long as with the endurance and dexterity is equivalent. The base stats, guys, not the enhances. So that's a clear way you can tell that a class is a hybrid. And Shadow Knights, Legion Paladins, they're have a fighter-based mana generation, so they gain from striking enemy combat more effectiveness on crits and are striking by enemy combat. So I hit you, you hit me, doesn't matter. I will get mana from the source of it. So let me show you guys the armor, and just take this out right here. Actually, let me just go up to Legion Paladin so you guys can see a lot closer, because the place is a little bit zoomed out. Oh, that's Leprechaun. Alright, here we go. As you see, Legion Paladin is right here. Probably, it's a really nice armor. As you see, it's really heavily detailed. Yeah, Dage went overboard on this, especially with how the magnitude of this class. Not for the 80 bucks just for this class, but for the 80 bucks for the Paladin t-shirt, the Legion t-shirt, and all the items and badges that comes along with it. So this is a nice plus to go along with the class. So like I said, don't compare the class to the 80 bucks that you get. Compare it to all the items you get, and you think of the class as a bonus from you buying the shirts. So let's proceed on to the skills. I'm going to do a simple auto attack right here. Basic auto attack, talk to all adventures, 2-second cooldown, physical skill, range is close, all the good stuff. 635 crit, so as you see, this is a base auto attack. Does not have any boost or rank 4 passive boost on it, as you see, as it does simple 100% weapon damage. So nothing really more to explain about that skill. So let's proceed on to the second skill. It's called Extirpate. Extirpate. 15 seconds. Cooldown, mana 15 seconds, cooldown 6 seconds, physical magical skill, and the range is close. Basically, what this skill does, it does a pretty good chunk of damage, moderate damage, and then increases your damage output by 25% while increasing the damage you take by 10%. So basically, the main feeling about this class is kind of like fighting in between the inner good and inner darkness as it like rips your body apart in a way. You're torn. You're practically torn of what you want to be and what you want to do. So it's a pretty unstable class, which it kind of has a feeling of a chaos class, because it has a good size and a bad size, and it's completely torn of what it wants to do. So actually, I think this class would have been a lot better as a luck-based class. I'm just saying, guys, it doesn't have nothing challenging the game a chance, but just the concept of the class, it probably would have been better luck-based. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. So let's proceed on. So that skill does a moderate damage. As you, I'm gonna see if I can see what damage I put out on it. 914 crit. I am stable right now, so I should do a lot harder. See, 408. So I've been over 1k crit. Let me see if I can. Also, the skill is able to loop. It doesn't stack, but it's able to loop. Meaning you can constantly have this up and do constant damage. I'm trying to crit it real fast, guys. This class does not have any crit spike or crit chance buffs, so it's very difficult to. See, right when it fades, it decides to crit. Look at that. Can it crit for me, please? Whatever. I'll probably crit it on that when I do the solo. So let's proceed on to the second skill. It's called Mending Gloom. 30 mana, 8-second cooldown, physical magical skill, and the range is far. Basically what this is kind of similar to Paladin's base heal. It heals up to 2 friendly targets. Not yourself and 2 friendly targets. They changed that on Evolved Darkcaster to actually heal to 3 people, including yourself. This only heals you and one other person for a pretty large amount, as you see right there. And this amount is increased if Expertate, which is the favorite effect, which increases your damage output, as you see right here. And now the heal should be a lot stronger. Let me see if I can crit it real fast. That thing wants to crit for me today, guys. There it is, 3.4k. As you see, it's 25% stronger than the first heal. As for Fever, was not up in play. So that's really good about the skill. My thoughts about that skill, I think the heal should be just a little bit shorter, just 2 seconds shorter. 8 seconds is a little bit drastic for the self harm that this class has, and you'll figure it out with the next skill, which is Shadowlight Spear, which is the main damaging skill in the class. 32 mana, 12-second cooldown. This skill does drastically high damage for the low cooldown and low mana cost, but applies Bones of Flame, which is increases the dot damage, not increases the dot damage, it applies a dot damage on you for, I believe, 12 seconds. It doesn't say, I believe it's around 8 to 12 seconds. But, as you saw there, I hit 4.6k non-crit, guys, every 12 seconds. Just imagine that, boom! 13k right there. That's absolutely crazy. This class is definitely strong, and it's able to put out the massive damage they're able to do. And a little quick tip, if you're able to one-shot the mob like I just did, the dot will not apply at all. So you just one-shot, no dot, no self-harm to you, and you can just keep on moving on along with the class. As for that skill, I believe the dot is just, let me see if I can just apply the dot on one of them. I won't be able to apply the dot because I'm just going to keep on one-shotting them real fast. Let me go over here, see if anybody's not undead, because it does increase damage to undead enemies. Everybody's undead here. Let me travel up. Oh my god, everybody is undead. Can I not one shot, please? Can I not one shot? It's impossible. I'll just have to show you when I get to the boss that it applies the self dot on it. Actually, I'm just gonna run up here right now and do it real fast, because I probably will speed up the video. Bones of Flame, as you see right there, it applies the Bones of Flame. So it's 155 dot. The higher your dot, your spell power is, the higher that dot is, which is really nasty, which this class mainly focuses on magical skills, which is why I have mostly wizard enchants on. But that's absolutely crazy. I believe the dot should be just a little bit lower. From the way it looked, that only lasted for about 4 to 6 seconds, so my 8 to 12 seconds was way off. But yeah, I believe the dot should be just a little bit lesser, and then it just basically strikes out the health and everything. It's not bad, but it's not proportional, right? That's the best way to say it. So let's proceed on to the rank 4 passives. The first one is Shadow Plate, which increases your endurance by 15%. You can't argue with more HP. As for the Paladins, I believe Noble Mark, I believe that's what it's called on the rank 4 passive on Paladin. Increases the endurance as well, so that's a little feeling of the Paladin in it. And then the next one is Penumbra, however you say it, and reduces your damage taken from spells by 25%. So it has that Flame Dragon Warrior, but Flame Dragon Warrior is 30%, as well as Chaos Slayer's Spell Disruption, which is, I believe, 35%. So it's not a lot, but as our rank 4 passive, it's really nice for the class. Flame Dragon Warrior doesn't have an ability to hit what this class does, so overall it's a really good feeling about the class has endurance and a spell resistance. But in my opinion, I see what Aster was trying to do, and yes, Aster created this class. I'm pretty sure what he's trying to do, have the rank 4 passive reduce the Bones of Flame, which is magical from the magical skill Shadowlight Spear. So the Shadow Plate actually lowers your damage output on yourself by, I believe, 20%. How much the spell resistance is 25%. So I actually would have kept that off, lowered the damage over time on the Shadowlight Spear, and actually give it some damage buff or a crit buff, something that'll help it out in the form of everything. The crit buff, crit its heals, even though the last skill is guaranteed the chance to hit and crit, but we'll get to that later. But I just want to talk about the first 3 skills real fast. It would actually been better if it had something else that would help it out in its further damage. It's alright in the straight up damage, especially with the Shadowlight Spear, but something that constantly maintain its skills, like for its auto attack, for its expertate, and for the heal for Mending Gloom. Actually, it would decrease its crit chance, like I said. It would increase its heals. Make sure that Shadowlight Spear has a higher chance to crit. Make sure Feather has a higher chance to crit. Your auto attack, everything on the class has a higher chance to crit, which has been really nice on the class. Like I said, this class would probably been better luck based. Alright guys, I'm done rambling on about my nonsense knowledge on classes. I will proceed on to the last skill, which is Soul Breaching. 15 mana, 12-second cooldown, magical skill under range is far. Basically, this does moderate damage, but enhances your mana regeneration for, I believe, for 8 seconds or 6 seconds. I'm not too sure, but basically, if you guys have a class that does rapid mana regeneration, let's say a Time Killer, what that does is it increases, it grants you 10 mana every second for the amount of the duration. I'm not too sure how long this one is, but this skill has a guaranteed chance to hit and crit, as you see right there. 1.1k, and let me see if I can just drastically just drop my HP. As you see, it just fills up your mana bar. Oh, it faded. Let me try to hit him and load some mana. I'm trying to lower some mana. It's not, but as you see, it refills your mana bar up. I believe it's for, let's see how long it lasts. I'm gonna count this down when it comes back. But it's almost able to loop in a way. It's actually able to loop from what it looks like. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds with 2-second cooldown. It actually comes back a little bit fast because of the haste on this class, which is one reason why I prefer Wizard. But did you guys see that random dot? I know I did. Let's watch it again. That dot right there is not supposed to be on the class. It's not. There's nothing in here that says it hurts you or nothing. It says the mana soul is in the order that rings out in your head. You lash out with a spell that punches the enemy's very speed and enhances mana regeneration. Nothing about self-damage to yourself besides of the Bones of Flame from Shadowlight Spear. So then again, that's also a bug on the class, and I did make sure to fill that out. I probably already didn't notice it, but that's not supposed to be on the class, guys. I'm just letting you know. So when you think about it, your damage that you're supposed to take more from by doing the damage out from the Expertate first skill, that with the dot damage for the Shadowlight Spear, that's clashing against your Shadow Plate, which is your spell resistance, which is not good at all. It's not good at all. This class is definitely not proportionized to its skills, but then again, it's still overall a good class, a decent class, but it's not balanced in the way of the good. It's more bad than good, I should say. But that's all I can really say. Let's proceed on to the enhancements, enchants, however you want to call it. But as for stat wise, I'll actually put this class more on the wizard build. I'm actually 2 Wiz, 2 Luck right now with a stable weapon, 27-33 range. But I would actually prefer more Wiz than anything, since that your Shadowlight Spear is 100% magical and your Soul Breach is 100% magical, which is one that's a guaranteed chance hitting the crit, and the other one is your Mega Nuke. And also increases your damage to spells but lowers your crit damage. Also, Mini Gloom will have a higher chance to heal, but your crit might not be that good. Expertise is mainly for the source of damage, pulling out, increasing your damage output, which increases your everything on all the skills. Actually, Full Luck is actually really good with this class, increases your overall hit chance. Basically, you're mainly sourcing on these secondary stats, increasing your luck, which is your crit chance and critical strike damage. That's really good with the class. It does increase your crit strike damage a lot. I would actually suggest Full Luck even more if this class had a crit spike buff or bonus, however you want to say it, on the ring for passive, but it doesn't. So that basically either 2 Wiz, 2 Luck, Full Luck, or Full Wiz. That's my opinion. You can even go Spellbreaker and source it on Wisdom, which increases hit chance, crit chance, and evasion chance. But this class is meant to tank, not meant to evasive or feel like an evasive class with dexterity or wisdom. So go for the vital stats of strength and intellect, or even luck. So that's my suggestion to you guys. So let's proceed on to the solo. We're just gonna take out Undead Arctics here. I'm actually going to YOLO it and put on an unstable weapon. I'm gonna see how hard I hit. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so that wasn't too hard. As you see, that self-dot was just striking me down. My own damage is striking me down more than Undead Arctics. But that basically sums up this video. One more thing I want to talk about, you guys, the reason why I got this new headset that my buddy gave me, because I'm also getting a new computer. Now this computer that I'm getting does not have audio, like recording, since I was recording off of my laptop, which I already had a microphone built in. So now I have a microphone and able to record videos on a brand new computer, guys. Now, I know you guys, some of my videos are lagging, this one might be a little bit laggy too, but I probably will not have that much lag or no lag at all from the new computer that I'm getting. So that's a really good plus. So now I have more quality and more HD videos and less lag in my videos. So that's also a really good thing. Nothing else I really want to talk about. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm definitely going to do a PvP with this thing. See how this mad thing is in an arena against public people. So that basically sums up this video. Like and subscribe, share with all your friends. I'm Sync. Catch you guys later. See ya.